All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Tuesday night trainings. Jesse McPherson coming at you live here from Manila, Philippines. Actually, it's Wednesday, October 9th for me. So coming to you from the future. That joke never gets old, does it? No, never does. So it's anyway, welcome to our Elite Synergy System. Technically, our first Elite Synergy System Tuesday night training calls, which we're very excited to be here and want to make sure we get everybody up to speed on the system. Last week, we had a big unveiling of all the updates here from our system, which we are super excited about. And want to make sure that everybody here gets connected to those systems and programs and is up to speed on everything that's happening here in the world of our Elite Synergy system, but into the launch as we are coming up to 17, we're in the teens days away to our official launch in Las Vegas, which is going to be absolutely incredible. I have a lot to share with you guys. I got a lot of updates to share with you guys in terms of preparation and really this run that we are in, because it's only for 17 days, 18 days that you're going to have the opportunity to say that you are pre-launching a company for the rest of your career. This is it. This is all we've got. So such an exciting time for us to get out there and get after this thing and be able to really share with the world. And instead of being, shy, be a little bit more bold, be a little bit more excited, be a little bit more out there, be a little bit more, get a little bit more exposure and get a little bit more aggressive for some of you guys to be able to go make sure that we are not keeping in this secret about what is going to happen in Las Vegas. And for many of you, getting that extra one more person, that extra two more people, that extra five more people that many of you guys can get with you to this event, to the launch of the event. So, but before I introduce a couple of our speakers that I want to get a chance to get on today, so they can get a chance to say hello to you guys, I want to pop through some of this information just so make sure that everybody is aware of all of the new stuff and things that have been happening here in the world of our Elite Synergy system. So first of all, I caught this picture off the back of the boat from our, which I was like, this is my new favorite photo, which I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about what just happened, because I got back the other day from our Thailand escape where we had almost 160 people, I think, between two separate trips that were with us in Thailand, which was unbelievable. And I'm going to share with you guys some updates. But the website, our new website, elitesynergysystem.com, is where you're going to find us pretty much in all of our different endeavors, from training, our calendars, our PowerPoints, presentations, videos, everything in one location and one resource. So when somebody says, hey, where can I find this? elitesynergysystem.com. Where do I find the calendar? elitesynergysystem.com. How do I log into the Zoom? elitesynergysystem.com. Where do I find the presentation? Where's the calendar events for 2025? Where's the replay of last night's training? Where do I download the app? How do I get started right? Like, the answer to many of those questions, if they aren't specific for Viago, are going to be elitesynergysystem.com. And the point of this is to be a resource for you, because one of the things we want you to be is not to necessarily be remarkable, but to be replaceable. That way you can build a business that moves away from you instead of contracts towards you. And how to be able to do that is creating these systems. Remember, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And this comes to the systems you have in your life, the habitual habits that you have to go out there and building your business. Now, if you have not gone and downloaded the Elite Synergy app through the website and started using it, powered by Rapid Funnel, holy shnikes. This thing is supercharged and super powered for you. Now, on our team website, there's a walkthrough and a tutorial about all of the new endeavors here for you to be able to use the 5-step exposure system that is inside of there. And right now, we're so excited for those of you guys that are starting to get your feet wet and starting to learn how to utilize this tool. Now, this tool, like any tool, it doesn't, once you learn how to use it, man, you can go out there and use it very effectively. Now, is it a mandatory tool? No, of course not. But it's one of those things where it will speed up your process. So if I'm building a house, I can build it with a hammer, but a nail gun just makes the job so much easier. I mean, a screwdriver is great, but a drill, I still got to do the work. I still got to push it, but man, can I do things so much faster, so much more effective with much less effort on my part. So utilizing this, make sure you get in there. We're going to be dropping trainings every single week here on this training, on utilizing the app and different elements of it to make sure that you guys are getting this. Now, we're excited to see who's going to win the competition. We're going to be throwing some good rewards out there for who's going to get into the top 10 and the number 1 here every month for the amount of exposures and engagements they are making through the app. Now, if you're not in the Viago Inner Circle, you want to make sure you get it. It's a 30-day free trial. This is going to be part of it. And also, this is going to be your ticket in to the Inner Circle Night of Stars party that's happening on Friday night. So this Friday night gala that we're going to be having is going to be incredible. So glitz and glam, dress it up. We're looking forward to seeing you in your best attire. So dress to impress. I don't know if you can overdo it or outdo it, but I want to see some of you guys try. When it comes to on Friday night, if we're looking forward for the party. So we're going to go from the pool to the glitz to being done up on Friday night. So it's going to be a pretty good fun day. But heading into Vegas, let's talk a little bit about our system before we get in. I'm going to wrap up with that. Our calendar of events. Thursday, we have our 50 squared and above training, or I should announcements, where you're going to be unveiling a lot of the things that are going to be happening over the course of the weekend with our leadership. That's going to be awesome. So by the way, we're just confirming for Thursday night, there's a special thing we're going to be doing for 500 squared, which you guys are going to hear some more information about on Thursday morning. But on Friday, we are starting with our Club Fit workouts. And so grateful Delicia has taken over the content on that. And many of you guys want to know what's happening. We'll see you guys in Vegas with some really cool updates when it comes to Club Fit you're going to be excited about. Now, our breakout session Friday morning from 10 to noon. After that, from 1 to 5 is our Viago pool party. This is a ticket that is required, or if you purchase the pool merchandise, that is your ticket into the event. Now, if you didn't purchase the merchandise, you can pick that up at the event, at the store. There'll be an opportunity to be able to get your pool merchandise, which is your ticket in, and all those details coming out. Then our Night of Stars event that is going to be happening on Friday night, followed by the launch of the event on Saturday, which is going to be kicking off the official Viago launch day 1, followed by Viago official launch day 2 on Sunday. Now, in the mornings, we got our Club Fit. Sunday morning, we got our church service. And then Sunday night, which is our farewell party, which is our Neon Nights costume party. Now, you do not have to dress in neon. It's just our theme. We're going to have things lit up because it's going to be fun and cool. You don't need a neon costume. Just, so you can do it. Some people are like, does it have to be neon? Because it's like, my idea. It's like, no, we want you to come with your most creative, exciting costumes, because we're going to be doing a prizes for the best costumes and giveaways for the best costumes that night, voted on by your peers, of course. So make friends fast and through that. And then Monday, our community day. So on our website, we've got our calendar of events for 2024 coming up here, which is going into our regional events and some of our trainings that are happening through Europe. And then we have the entire 2025 calendar up on our site on Elite Synergy System. Just going to events, you're going to see that. We had a small adjustment here to our May event, or our middle event, which is going to be called Freedom Academy for North America, from the last weekend of April to the first weekend of May. And part of it is we don't want to do conventions on the last weekend of the month because we want to close out that month, but also the venue that we were looking at, we found a better location here for that May event. So just so you guys have a heads up, here's my recommendations. When you see events for 2025, I just wouldn't book anything the weekend before or after these, just so there's a little flexibility for us, which is always something that helps us as we're going out there and growing. Now, we've got our competition for the month of October, which is our point system. For every pre-launch pack, you get a point for somebody coming in here. And these points, those half points are for the mini pack, as we would call it, or that standard pack, as you guys are seeing, especially in some of those markets. And congratulations to Empowering Humans, leading the chart right now at 5 points coming up here. And I know we're going to be putting in a lot more points here, closing out the month as we get into our convention. So let's get into it. We've got a lot to discuss here today. And one of those things that we're really excited about as we're heading into this event and into this convention. And one of the people, let's see if he is on here. So my dear friend, so Doctor, if he is on, I don't see him yet, but we do have a couple of announcements. We have officially on the roster, on the agenda, on the show flow, that are going to be 2 additional guest trainers that are going to be gracing the stage at the Viago convention and the official launch convention, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And we've got one of them that is on here today. And I am super excited for her to get a chance to share a little bit about her story and why it is that she is so excited to be able to share with each and every one of us her passion, excitement for this industry, but more importantly, where we are going as we launch Viago. So I want us to give a thunderous applause, even though I know no one can hear you because you're muted, but let's throw some hearts up there. Let's throw some hearts in the comment section. I love those green hearts in the comment section for the one and only Diamond Agent Juanita Phipps. Welcome to the Zoom, and excited for you to be one of the guest trainers here at Viago. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Where you at, girl?
I can hear you and I see you. Do you see me?
I got you, girl. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, family? It's Juanita Phipps here. Super excited to be honored and privileged to be able to come before you at our launch of Viago. Guys, you just don't know how huge that is. But just to tell you a little bit about myself, like Jesse said, Juanita Phipps, I'm coming to you from Chicago. Been a part of this industry for 14 years. Actually, this is my month of inception into this industry, October. So it's huge for me. But my background is in accounting and in real estate. And of course, as I love real estate to this day, it's nothing like this industry that we get a privilege to be a part of. And so, guys, I saw this industry not necessarily because I wanted to, but I was looking for something. You know, you're looking for something, but don't know what you're looking for. But I feel like God doesn't make mistakes. I know he doesn't. And we got introduced to it. And in the beginning, me and my husband were praying for people, community of people that thought like us, like-minded. You know how you outgrow your friend food chain or your friend chain or your relationship. That was us. We had outgrown that, right? Where everyone comes to your house for stuff. Everybody wants something. And that's fine and dandy. I love to give back, but at the same time, I also got to get poured into. And so the community, this industry has done just that. It changed the trajectory of our future. And I'm very privileged to be before you, to have had an opportunity of experience that leads us to here today. I always tell people we made it through COVID, right? When I think about my life on this earth for, I ain't gonna tell you how many years, because I don't want to date myself, and I don't want y'all guessing my age. But I'll say this, it's been an amazing journey. And I know that it was a traumatic experience. I know personally for me going through COVID, because I like to get on the planes. And I was in denial in the beginning about, wait a minute, you can't go somewhere, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm not used to that. I'm grown. Why are you telling me what I can't do? So it was such a reality check. And what it did is it made me grateful for the opportunity that I had up until that point to have seen the world. But what I knew is that coming out of COVID, with an opportunity, I'm definitely going to see the world, but I'm not just going to see it for myself. I want to take friends and family and give them the opportunity as well. And guys, if you don't understand what you have your hands on, that's what Viago is, right? A totally new opportunity. I had the chance to ride the wave through a company, Momentum, sit in the passenger seat, didn't really know what was going on. But guys, today, if you're before me right now, you and within the sound of my voice, you understand. And if you don't understand, let me make it clear how I see it. You have an opportunity that is a once in a lifetime. You know, my favorite quote from Eminem, you only get one shot, so don't miss your chance. I'm just telling you, don't miss your chance, right? But it's not just about you missing your chance. It's about the person like I was some 14 years ago praying for something, but didn't know what I was praying for. How would I know unless my brother shared something with me? How would you know, or how do you know what a person needs unless you show them, tell them, invite them to be a part of our amazing community? People don't know what they don't know. So you have to tell them. You are the messenger. Don't get the message confused with the messenger, right? A lot of people do that. But I'm here to tell you guys that I'm super excited about what's about to happen, to be a part of the launch, to get to be a guest speaker, and to get to even share. It's an honor and a privilege. Any of my experience with you guys is absolutely great. So Jesse, I get excited. Go ahead, take it away. I don't know if you want to ask me questions. I don't know.
I got, you know me, girl. I always got lots of questions. Let me ask you a question. So now that you've been a part of this for, over a decade, one of the things I learned a long time ago is how you compress decades into days is you learn from people that have spent decades of their life doing something so that way you can learn from them. And a lot of times it's not the things that they know, it's their mistakes, right?
Right.
So if you could kind of go back in time, so, and talk to 14 years ago, because that's, now this is your, anniversary, all right, of being a part of this amazing industry. So 14 years ago, if you could have a conversation with Juanita, being a brand new person, getting started in this industry, after all the experience, the success, the money, the contribution, the trips, the everything you've experienced, what advice would you have for, Juanita just getting going her first month?
I would say believe quicker, sooner. That's the one thing I constantly have told myself, because the belief will come, but
Right.
the action, take action. Because again, back then, I have to admit, feeling like I was at a point in my life, and I don't know if any of you can relate, that I've done some things, so therefore I figure like I know. So I have to learn this, I have to figure out that, I have to read this. I would have done none of that. I would have taken more action sooner, period. Because time is a thing, as I said during COVID, you don't get a chance to get it back. So how do I maximize that? That is me sharing. No worry if I understand. I was ignorance on fire, but to a degree, because I constantly was like, well, wait a minute, let me check this out. Or wait a minute. I was constantly in wait a minute hesitation. But if I would have just took action sooner, like the next 17, 18 days, that's where I would be if I was talking to my old self, with the opportunity, knowing what I know now, period.
Right. Right. Knowing what you know now, between now and the next 18 days, what would be your sole focus, or what would you be focused on, right now, going into this event?
Sharing it with people, inviting them to come go to Vegas with me. I look at it like my new person. I'm like, listen, come to Vegas. And she's just a member. You understand, it's the launch of it. That's the conversation I had with her today. So I would invite people to come go, because this is what I do know from experience, is that people that make the commitment to go in the next 18 days, guess what? They're going to go get that ticket. She get a flight. She got a ticket. And I know she's committed to go. Now, what's going to happen ain't my business. I just need to get her in the room and let whatever is supposed to happen, happen.
Right. And from your, do you remember, like, what was so important maybe from like what your first event or kind of your first experience, was it kind of what you expected? What, was there something that happened for you?
Yes. So my first event, which is crazy, Eric G was like, listen, I need you here. I need you there. And I didn't know what to expect. He didn't tell us anything except we need to be there, period. And don't come alone. That's why that's my favorite saying, got that from Eric G. Don't come by yourself. We took 6 people. We all stayed in the hotel room together. I had never not slept in a room with my husband, guys in one room. We had a joining room with the girls. We was in Vegas and we out having dinner, kicking it and stuff. And he kept texting me like, I need you here. I need you there. And I'm like, why? I don't understand. But I didn't understand because, again, I didn't know what I didn't know. He didn't really explain stuff, just the importance of me being there. And I'm so glad he did, because it changed the game for us. I promise you. Why? Because at that event, I sat there in a ballroom like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Because I kept thinking, who needs to train me on how to travel or tell somebody to come go on a vacation with me? This is so crazy, right? But when I got there, I'm like, oh no, this was a family reunion of people I didn't even know that I got to meet, that now are lifelong friends. I remember something that was very touching for me is Troy had been in my basement not weeks before. And I saw him train for the first time and was like, oh my goodness. I touched him on the back and he turned around and said, I was in your basement a couple of weeks ago. And he remembered that. And I started crying. And I'm telling you, I've been sold ever since, right? Because you just don't know what's going to happen in an event. It just makes a difference, but you got to get a person there. The biggest thing, if I could tell you that Eric didn't do for me, because I had every excuse in the book. Oh, I just ran a marathon. I'm tired. Everything. I was the main one. Like, listen, dude, no. But he would not buy my excuses. And I'm just telling you, if we could do anything, one of the things I learned is I stopped buying people's excuses. I just give the reason why they say that they're doing this, and I just remind them of it.
I love it. Well, Juanita, we are so excited for you to be able to be one of our trainers and helping us at the launch here of Viago. Is going to be incredible. Let's give it up. Let's give some love. We're going to drop, she's got a great testimonial video that she just recorded for us, even through this sinus infection. I think you can fight
Yes,
through it. We're just clearing out all the old stuff. That's what we
that's
doing.
it. Bringing in the new.
And bringing in a new, and we'll post that inside of our groups. We'll post it on our site. We'll post that everywhere. So that way you can get access to it as well. So thank you so much. And can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks, girl. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And by the way, if you guys have not had a chance to see this, so want to make sure onto our site, just let me pull this up. Where are we? Okay. By the way, super excited. So we just launched our new Facebook group last week. We officially now have passed the 600 member mark inside of our new Facebook group, which is over here, the Elite Synergy System. If you are not in here, I'm going to post it into the chat box. But of course, where do you get access to everything? On the website. That is right. So elitesynergysystem.com is going to take you to everything that you need, but I'll post the direct link into the group here. So if you guys are on here, we're super excited for you guys to be able to be in this group. So let's keep it amazing and positive and welcoming. So all of our new members, as they get on here, let's welcome them. It only takes a quick second. Just don't scroll past. Do a like, do a welcome. So, all right. So that way we can get everybody in here and like and a welcome, a like and a welcome. So the new people, obviously the trainings that are here, let's keep the interaction going. So that way, and the testimonials, the posting, you're going to see that stuff in here. This is going to be a very interactive group, but it's also going to be monitored. So if we're seeing any negativity, if we're seeing any challenges, so this is not necessarily a place to, we always say that good news goes everywhere, bad news goes up. If you got a challenge, goes to your support team or goes directly to customer care. If you need some support with that, doesn't come to the group here. Now, if you're asking for some advice on something, hey, I'm trying to get some advice on this. This is something you might want to bring to the group here. And hopefully we can make sure and get that. Now, all of this again, through our website. So when you get onto our website, Elite Synergy System, you're going to see our 7-day fast start, how to download our app, where you get connected with everything that we've got here. So beautifully laid out and done. We've also got obviously our documents, our presentations, our training, and our event schedule. Everything here, one simple, easy place to find everything. Now, one of the things I want to make sure you guys know about is the tickets for the events, right? Many of you guys, if you were in St. Louis at our last event, we had what we call a BOGO, which was a buy one, get one for a new agent. There's many of you guys that still have that ticket. You haven't assigned it to a new person. And there's a cutoff, which is, I believe, this week, if I'm not mistaken, for you to be able to assign that ticket. Now, we might be able to get that extended a few more days, but this is something you want to do immediately as fast as you can. Now, remember, that ticket must be assigned to a new ambassador or a new agent here with us. And here's how you do that. If you get to our website, you're going to see the Elevate Convention. When you click on it, it's going to take you to this page. And right here under the About, it says New Agent Ticket Transfer. Click here. So this is where you would take your existing ticket and fill out the request to transfer your new agent ticket to whatever that agent is, whoever that guest is. This is where you're going to be able to do that here on the website. So I want to make sure that everybody is aware of that. I think that's super important for us. All right. Now, we do have another person that is going to be our guest, which I'm going to introduce in a minute. Now, this person I want to introduce real quick to come on has already been introduced as one of our guest trainers, but he was available to be able to pop on here tonight. And I want to get a chance for him to share with you a little bit about not only his story, but also about why he's excited to be able to help as one of our guest trainers and launching at the event. And that's none other than Dr. Dominic Chef Curry. Are you in the house? Can you hear me? Can you see me, brother?
I can. Can you hear me okay, Jesse?
I got you. You made it home. I thank you so much, especially last minute. I know you were probably rushing.
I broke every law imaginable. Just don't tell anybody.
I won't. So for those that haven't had a chance to meet you, I'd love for you to share just a little bit on your background and obviously, what it is you're excited about, being with us in Vegas and launching and, the importance of being at this event and maybe a little bit about what to do between now and the next 18 days.
Thank you kindly. I truly, truly appreciate the opportunity to be able to just rush in and rush on, just to be able to share with this amazing community all that is in store for us. I mean, at least the little that I know And I am really, really excited. I'm appreciative to you, Jesse, to Ben and Lauren Bradshaw, to Isaac, the entire community who have just received us with open arms. And we're just really, really enamored with what's happening right now with Viago. My name is Dominic Curry. I make my home in Southern Maryland, right outside of Washington, D.C., born and raised in the nation's capital. And trust me, I didn't recognize we were poor until I got old. All right. And so, because life is just, it was just normal. It's just what it was. And, I'm not anti-education. I know that some people sometimes talk against education, but I believe it was Mark Twain that says, never allow your schooling to get in the way of your education. And sometimes many of us are schooled and we're still uneducated. But when I got into this industry and this profession, got around people like J Mac and so many of the other leaders that we are just so blessed to have in our life, it really, really had me hooked then on education and starting to study the things that I desire to study to live the life that I ultimately wanted to live. And I'm tailing on the back of Juanita, who just did a phenomenal job. And I thought that Jesse loved me, but he put me after her, so I don't know why that happened. So this is really, really difficult and a lot of pressure. Be it as it may, she was talking about that sinus infection, and listen, forgive me, I probably sound awful and look worse, but I don't even want you to hear me for these moments that remain. I really want you to feel me. Hearing is becoming obsolete. There was a old poet of the 90s. Her name okay, old poet. Y'all can hear. Somebody got multiple screens over. Y'all fired. It was an old poet in the 90s named Dana Owens, and you probably know her better as Queen Latifah, but she had some lyrics that said that talk is cheap, and if talk got any cheaper, they'll be selling Nike tongues instead of sneakers. And so it's getting to a place where we've got to go into all out massive action. And so it's not about what I have to say, it's more about what you feel from what I have to say. And I'm telling you that there is a story to tell. There is something that is very, very unique that is coming in Vegas, and I need for you to be there. And I don't want you to make the mistake of thinking or believing that these are just little themes when you see Elevate. No, it is really the mantra for the movement. It is really something that is trying to transcend and a message that we need to translate all across the earth, that this company, Viago, is really about to take everyone that's living life in low places and we're going to elevate. We're pulling them up. We're pulling them up. I'm telling you now, my mentor told me that there's two things that will often move you. Either you're pulled by pain or pushed by pleasure, but something has got to move you. Something has got to move you from the place that you were in to the place where you need to go. So what I'm just going to say to everybody right now, be there, be there. And as Juanita said earlier, don't come alone. Don't just be there by yourself. Get as many people as possible there. I got a story to tell. I'm trying to tell you. I left our last event. Left our pre-launch event fired up. I'm talking like on flames. I was walking and flames was popping through my body. I was on fire for real. Got an opportunity a few weeks ago. I don't know. All these days are running together. I've been on so many different time zones and different climates, which kind of got me jacked up, be it as it may. Got a chance to go on the very first escape ever. The first time in my life where I was able to go and have 60 people with us, 60 people, 60 human beings. And some of you that have been around this for a while saying, man, 60, that's it. That's all you had, right? But I'm telling you, it was life changing for me to be able to say that we did this on our own terms. And I promise you guys, when people actually get an opportunity to experience the energy, not just the training, but also the speaking. I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't know what I'm being called to do, if I'm going to train or speak. There is a difference between training and speaking. And I don't think there should be any speaking without some training and no training without any speaking. Be it as it may, regardless to what comes out of my mouth or anybody else's mouth, I need you to make a commitment to be there. Darren Hardy said, commitment is doing the thing that you said you would do, even when the feeling that you said it is gone. So even when the feeling has left, when the thrill is gone, you still need to be there. And I just need somebody just to make that declaration and make that commitment right now that I'm going to be in the house for Elevate, and I'm not coming alone. I'm bringing somebody else with me. I'm going to do something. I'm going to be there. I may not have the biggest bank and I may not have the biggest rank. My team may have left me, and trust me, I got stories to tell. There are things that may have happened, but I am committed to being there. And if they leave, I'll get a new one, because every time time you go to another level, it requires another level of you. It requires a new you. It requires something different from you, different out of you. And I really want you guys to know. See, I just left a class, to be honest, and the trainer that was there, she had no idea. She didn't even know that I was going to be hopping on here after this and talking a little bit about Elevate. I didn't even know, but I wanted to make sure that you hear this. And she says something. She says that some people, watch this. She says some people are loyal to low places. I said, man, she has no idea. She didn't know I just got that text. Some people are loyal to low places. And sometimes in this life, we become more attached to our circumstances, our situations, the things that have befallen us and the things that has us tripping. And there's some things that we are tripping over. There's some things that literally got us tripping. And we've got to make up our minds that the things that have happened in our lives, our pain, our promises, whatever it might be, they are not going to be stumbling blocks to me. They're going to be stepping stones. And if you can utilize the thing that was thrown at you to break you, and you can stand on it, you can elevate. If you can actually put it under your feet and get it out of your face, you can elevate. And we are looking forward to elevation. There's going to be a celebration of elevation. There's going to be a spirit in the entire atmosphere that permeates all throughout Las Vegas. Why? Because there are a group of people that have come for no other purpose, no other reason but to get beyond where we are so that we can start to see life on another level. All right, I'm leaving. I gotta shut up. I know I'm probably not supposed to take this much time, and I'm really not trying to convince you. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm not trying to persuade you. But P.T. Barnum said that without promotion, something terrible happens. Nothing, right? And so all we're doing is trying to take the opportunity to beg you to do something for you, not to do it for us, because some people do it to make a dollar. We do it to make a difference. We want to see if we can make an impact that will finally stay intact in your life now and forevermore. And I'm not going to even act like I know what it is. Like a woman to carry a seed. I've never been a woman, never desired to be a woman, don't want to be. I'm not going to even act like I know the pain of childbirth, but I will tell you that some of us have been carrying something inside of us. I may not have experienced it situationally, but I have experienced it circumstantially. I've been pregnant with promise. I've been pregnant with possibility. I've been pregnant with all kinds of things. And it requires so much to push past that pain, push past those excuses. You can make excuses or you can make progress, but you cannot make both. And you've got to push past whatever's in front of you. Get it out of your face, get it under your feet so that you can elevate. Jesse, I'll shut up for now, and I don't even know what else you want from me. I just really want to bring people to a place where they are committed to being in Las Vegas.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, keep going. I don't know. So let's, no, listen, you can't keep going. You know why? Because you got to save it for the stage, my man. So, you've got, I can't wait for your training segment. That's going to be, yeah. Oh man, I was about to slip. It's going to be amazing. So look, you're no stranger to this, education, is one of those things where you talked about it in the beginning, so it uplifts people, from those circumstances, and loyal to low places. Oh man, there's a lot of people that it's like, they're just addicted to the problem and addicted to the drama, so, but when you take a look at this, because education has been a big part of your life, a part of this industry, before this industry, it's just, you're in what that constant never ending improvement, and it's always been a part of your blood and who you are, and being able to not just get information, but to pass it on and pay it forward. However, I want to ask the same questions I asked of Juanita, because I find them interesting and fascinating, right? So if you go back, your first introduction to the space of network marketing was when? How long ago was that?
Oh man. Many, many moons ago. As a matter of fact, I have been introduced to this area, this space of network marketing since 1998. True story. However, from 98 to 2008, I always thought that someone was trying to get me to do something for them. And so I would sign up, I would register. In fact, in a previous company that we were in, I was in 3 times and didn't recognize it because Because I didn't take it serious until maybe 2009, 10, or whatever. And it was interesting because I always thought that I was doing it for them. Oh yeah, yeah, I'll sign up for your thing. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'll do this. And all I did was just stroke the check. I was just another person in the tree, and I never took it serious. There was a gentleman and whose name I don't necessarily have to name, but if I did, people might know. But it was the first person I've ever seen in my life. I think it was 2009-ish. Um, there was a gentleman that Ben Bradshaw actually introduced me to, who was making about $300,000 a month, and I'm like, huh? What? And I did it. It didn't really settle. It didn't really compute. I said, he's making what? And I didn't understand it. And so that's when I said, I think I better listen. And that was the final time that I signed up in the company. And from that, and here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing. And I want you guys to know this too. I never jumped from company to company. I've never been those people that just drag people and jump from company to company. I'm loyal to the soil. It's one of my problems. I walk the thin line of loyalty and stupidity. And so even when things were crashing, I still just sat still, and I ride it there until we got an opportunity to meet Isaac. And the truth of the matter is that things for me, and I'm just going to be very, very transparent because I mean, you knew what you were getting when you called me, right? I'm gonna be honest. I didn't necessarily see. Um, I was loyal to what was known as Secret Direct. I was loyal to it for 8 years or so. And there was something very different that I started to notice with my demographic. And over the last year or so, as this has been in development and getting an opportunity to, because we maintain relationship, and Ben and I are like brothers. I mean, my brother of another color, true story, and the love that we've always shared. And you guys stand with me and not throwing me away because I'm just in another company. And that's another big key, is to ensure that we develop lifelong relationships. And so when I walked into this industry, as you said, and started to take it serious, or at least saw that it was something that we could take serious, and walking into what was considered my real love in 2011, 12, with everyone here, with this family, I saw something very different. And the compensation was more than money. The compensation was far more than recognition. The compensation really was relational, and to start to meet people and connect with people who can usher you into other areas of life that you weren't exposed to or weren't privy to because of your background and upbringing. And I know I'm taking a long way home, but I'm really trying to answer the question as truthfully and honestly as possible. And so, yeah, I've started doing what I should do, as I transition out of the company that just kind of changed its philosophies and changed its path and patterns. And I'll say 2012 is when I probably got serious, but I joined the industry for real, maybe 2009.
That's crazy. So now, from between now and the next 18 days, 17 days, however many days we got left. I don't know what's in the teens though, and that's terrifying for me because I'm like, oh my God, we got teens left of days before we get to Vegas. And going back to the question I asked her is, if you could go back in time to talk to Dominic Curry, maybe not when he first saw the industry, but when he was first deciding to be serious about the industry, knowing everything you know today, the success you've had, the income you've generated, the teams that you've built, the losses you've had, all everything, because that's a part of it, right? What advice would you give yourself if you could go back in time?
I would give my old self this one bit of advice: depend on yourself. One of our mentors used to say, believe in everyone, depend on no one. And I know that as independent as I am, um, I didn't always exude that same thing when it came to my business. I depended heavily on other leaders who I knew could, other people that I knew that I thought would. When in reality, if I don't have a team, I still have enough time in the next few days to make a team. I would tell me to remain consistent, stay in A1 activity always, and I mean always ABC, always always, excuse me, I almost lost it, but always connect, always be connecting, connect with somebody and show them what you have. The other thing that I would tell myself is to take the pressure off myself. See, when you get a job, you get a job description. When you do something like this, you don't necessarily know what to do. So you kind of find your niche, or if you're blessed to have wonderful mentors such as yourself and others, true professionals in the industry, they will actually free you. And I would tell myself, just listen, because I thought I knew. I thought I knew. And I would tell myself that I would tell me always be connected. And the last thing is listen, take the pressure off yourself. Because in a situation like this, we are show and tell, not recruit and sell. We show the plan, we collect decisions. And whatever they decide, it's really okay. And take the pressure off myself, because here's the fundamental truth. If their situation and the information is not their motivation, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing anyone can do. Take the pressure off myself, but show everyone as quickly as possible so that they know that I'm in business. And I had somebody, and closing, I'll shut up. I had someone just the other day look at this information for the very first time, and I told them that it was in pre-launch, and they loved everything that they saw. And what they told me was, "Oh, what's the name again?" I said, "Oh, Viago." They said, "Okay, well, let me do my due diligence." I said, "Well, what are you going to search? It's in pre-launch, you know. It's, what are you going to see? what what are you
So
going to do?" And it just showed me that some people are where they are because they are loyal to low places. And so let them be, take the pressure off yourself, and let's just get it. I'm sorry, man. I'm kind of hyped.
I love it, man. I can't wait to see your brother in a couple weeks. It was so good getting a chance to hang out with you and the wife over in Thailand, and looking forward to many, many, many more adventures for sure. So we'll see you in Vegas, my brother.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. So as you guys know, those are two of our guest trainers that are going to be at the event, but there is a full lineup. You're going to have over 10 trainers that are going to be gracing the stage at Viago's launch event in Vegas here, which is going to be amazing. Those are two of the guest trainers. One of the other guest trainers you're aware of, if you don't know, which is none other than Diamond Agent Miss Angie Cuff. And she is going to rock the stage for you guys, which we already know, and the results that she has created. And our fourth and final guest trainer, who is out doing presentations right now, but we're going to get a testimonial from her and get it out inside of the groups. I'm very excited to have her as one of our guest trainers for this event, which is none other than Miss Jen Obert. So let's give it up for Jen Obert, who's going to be, you guys are the first to hear about this, that is going to be sharing the stage with one of our 100 Squared is out there literally in the most A activity of A activities. I can't even get a hold of this girl just because she's like, just, I don't have time for you. So I was like, can we game plan? She's like, why? I'm doing presentations. Leave me alone. So Jen is going to absolutely crush it. So the women are dominating this board and dominating the stage here, which we're really excited about. And they're going to be bringing some heat here as we launch. So let me wrap up with this. Okay, so convention. This is great because I don't really have to talk about convention. If you didn't get it from those two conversations, so yeah, I don't know. Where I want to share with you where we just got back from, and an opportunity here that's very unique for you guys, because there's a little bit of a time frame left here for it. So first of all is we have opened this up, and I'm super excited. We got our reward escape trip, which is going to be our second reward escape trip after our first one, in Bali, Indonesia, which I've visited over 50 countries. This is like competing for my #1 right now. It's in my top 3 for sure. But right now it's on my #1 list, but that's always hard for me to pick my favorite because there's others that are also. My wife, my daughter, and I know that your guys coming. It's also Char's birthday month, so we're going to be celebrating over there. Felicia, we're going to be doing Club Fit programs. I'm going to be teaching a hip hop class while I'm out there. But we got upgraded to an even nicer resort. And in the upgrade to the nicer resort, we asked them if they could squeeze in a few more rooms, even though the cutoff was technically on September 30th. So, and we were able to get, I think, 5 more rooms. I believe 2 of them have already been booked. I know CEO Tim is going to be booking that one. One of them right here. There might be 2 or 3 more rooms left that are available. I want to show you where you can book this and utilizing and book your points. Here's the thing. I know it's only a month or so away. Let me tell you guys something, and why this is super important is if you haven't been on a reward escape trip, book your first one. There's nothing like being on your first reward escape trip to be a testimonial, being a product of the product and experiencing it. Now, I heard somebody say this a while ago, which is go somewhere your friends who have never gone, and all of a sudden everyone wants to know what you're doing. Now, if you're in the United States, I'm going to be, look, Mexico's amazing. I'm not saying don't go to the fives, but when they see you go to Bali and ride an elephant, promise you that picture is going to make you some money, right? Because we are in a content business now. We are in a marketing business. So what does that marketing say is this, is we don't sell, we show and tell. So what is that? So that show and tell is show them living the good life, show them on a boat, show them on a pool in a boat in an ocean like I just was. And all of a sudden I got people hitting me up being like, what are you doing right now? So, and the people that were signing up. So figuring it out, what it's going to do for you and spending time with it, but also having a picture from people from Korea, Japan, Philippines, different parts of Asia that are going to be on this trip with you as a truly multicultural trip, really, that you're going to see here. A part of this is going to be incredible and the opportunity for you to be able to book it. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys. If you get over to clubviago.com or Club Secret, right? So, and you go log in, I want to show you guys how this works. And let me just log into my account. And then I'm gonna spoil you guys a little bit of what just happened. So, okay, nope, we're not playing that. So once you log into the site here, I want to make sure everybody knows so there's no confusion. And you log into the site. What you're going to do is scroll down, and you scroll down to not escapes. You're going to scroll down to reward escapes. Remember, that's a separate tab because this is where you can use your reward escape points. Now, again, there's multiple ways. If you bought the pre-launch pack, you've got 500 escape points. If you've converted, you can convert your product credit, that 50 a month in product credit, to reward escape points if you want to, 50 at a time. And also, if you have a getaway that you haven't used, you can convert that getaway through the getaway site for reward escape points. But when you scroll down, you're going to see the first one right here is in Bali and this incredible location. So if you click here, the reward, it is $649 or $650. And you can use up to 300 points per room. And look at this resort, by the way. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So excited to go back. This trip, I'm going to pull out all the stops. I'm even going to tell everybody. Like people are like, where do I get all those Drive Fit Viago shirts? We'll come to Bali. All right. So, all the itinerary and things that we're gonna be doing are right here on the site. But this is where you would see availability and you would add to your room. Now, just so you guys know, look, if you're putting 2 people in a room, right? So I'm gonna do 1 room with 2 people and I hit add to cart. I want to show you guys this because this is how the reward escape system works. So if I'm gonna go over to my cart, right? So and I go, oh, I can't add another one. I already have it in my cart because I was showing this off to somebody. So you can see here that the room for 2, $1,298. That includes the shows, the excursions, all the stuff that we're going to be doing at this event, and a lot of extras. Guys, here's the thing. You can book the hotel room. You cannot get the experience that you have with a Viago Escape. You cannot. I promise you. So, okay. Now, when you scroll down, you're going to see your reward escape points here in these $50 certificates. So, bam. So you can click on it, and what you'll notice is it's going to drop the price. So down, boom, 50. Now I can use up to 300. So boom, I can add these on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can add on 6 $50 coupons. All right. So from my reward escape points to be able to reduce this price to $998. So basically under $1,000 for two for everything through the program and through the package. Okay. So that's how you would do that inside of the back. But in order to kind of tease you guys a little bit, like I said, I just got back yesterday or night before, whatever it was, from Thailand. And like sometimes there's things that we don't even know we're going to do until we get there. Because we like to, you know, sometimes we like to surprise you. But also just because sometimes there's just last minute stuff that happens, which is so much fun and so cool. And so I want to show you guys, I just got back from this absolute Twin Sands and just a little bit of it. If you guys haven't got a chance to see this property, it is unbelievable, right? So when you walk into the room, they had these welcome baskets all set up for us, which is amazing. And this beautiful bread and this Viago, make your dreams come true. All right. So, but we went to one of the coolest things I think I've ever done. It's called Yona Beach Club. So you go to Phuket Marina, and from Phuket Marina, they take you on a boat, a taxi boat, like a speedboat, out into the middle of the ocean to this floating club. Now, some of you guys saw my pictures. This is drone shots of the floating club from Justin, one of our members who was there. They were one of the first onto the boat. I ended up coming a little bit later. But look at this. Like this is not real life. This is real life. This is our members. There it is. Let's go. Austin and Whitney. Great. There's Melanie Levitz. I see her over there. There's Justin and his drone shots. So there's Carrie and Leisha, the twins. So look at this. Like this is marketing material right here. Like I think there's a little drone video. I'm having him send me the high res one but look at this. I'm going to put this sideways because it's crazy. So this is, I mean, come on, right? So like what? So honestly, most place I've ever been to, this was the night shots, you know, that are there. So I'm there somewhere. So I don't know. Or I was, you know, it was anyway, I got stories to tell you about this place. So anyway, let me tell you the story real quick. So we get there. So I've been intermittent fasting, so which has been working really well for me. So I get there, I haven't really eaten anything, and I get there, I'm so excited because I go meet everybody. And so anyway, we have to leave the ship at night because we're there until night and we're like trying to get off. Anyway, we rush off the ship and I get to the shuttle and I just realize I don't have any shoes. I'm like, where? You know, so I'm like, you know, someone's like, Jesse, where are your shoes? And I was like, oh, Don took them. And they were like, Don who? And I was like, Don Julio. Don Julio got my shoes, people. So I don't think I'm having them. They're still on the boat. So anyway, I guess I got to take a trip back to get my sandals. Good news though, when you're in Thailand, you can buy same but different, shoes from Thailand for super cheap for like $3. So I got some Thai shoes for you. Now let's. I'm sorry, guys. I'm stupid. So please forgive me. Anyway, now everywhere I look, by the way, this is the picture from my room in the resort. So in the morning. And then I found this bike. Like, is this a Viago bike or what? And then over this sunset where we were overlooking as we were heading down to our farewell dinner for the first group, because there was such a big, because we had two different groups. Let's see that lightning strike. So, but I mean, come on, like look at that photo. All right. So is that from Viago as we went down there? And this was the farewell party. And they had a live saxophone player playing over beats. That was incredible. Let's see if you can hear it. Oh my God, can you hear that? I don't know. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear. So it was so good, right? So and then so here's Patricia. She understood the assignment. That's all I got to say. So like Viago, and now like literally it was an epic trip. I see Tanya Jones. She was on this incredible trips with us. What's up, girl? So as some people are making their way back, and the second group that is still there, right? So that's at the resort. So this was living the good life. And that's what we're doing. We're out here living the good life and letting people experience and creating lifelong memories. And a lot of these people, and that's me being a fool, I apologize. So, and by the way, if you haven't had, they have this fresh squeezed pomegranate juice that's like to die for. So that they have there. Anyway, this is a picture of the absolute Twin Sands. This is from the drone shots that they had over it, which was just insane. So I had to go buy, I'm just buying all kinds of green stuff now. Anything I see that's green, I'm like, I'm buying it. And then this was the next group with the bronze. So that came in with over 100 people from their crew, which was just incredible. This was their welcome reception that they had from everybody. And a lot of these people had been there, some of them, their first trip since COVID, some people their first trip ever, and some of them their first time actually using their passport, which for me was wild. Which was pretty darn incredible. The food was so amazing, but I got a couple more stories. So I didn't get a chance to stay for their whole trip. Then we had the catamaran. We didn't have 1, 2, 3. We had 5 catamarans to ourselves, where we went out there to this area to go snorkeling, where we tied them all up to go to this little snorkel spot, where everyone got a chance to go out there and play in the water, which was a lot of fun. And it was just, look, I mean, now, this is amazing, but again, Bali is the content, the footage that I have from this, the marketing materials that I have from this, right, which are incredible. I mean, look at this beautiful group of humans. So that are all out here. I think I got a video clip from them. So, and then the dock that we were on and the way back, I think I edited something. Yeah, where are they? Here they are. So, yes. So these guys are out here. What are they doing? I need to stop. I need somebody stop me. And on the way back, but some of these pictures, like this content that I've got here for me to be able to post and share with people, I want you to have that from Bali. I want you to have this from Bali or have it from Mexico. Look, I know Bali for many of you is out of the question. I get it. It's last minute, but there's some of you that you could go. You could go. You could go. Come. Take one of these last few rooms with us. Be a part of this experience. The amount that you'd make from just the content, the pictures, and the information that you're going to have is going to be crazy as you go into these next events. So book. But here's probably one of the funniest stories. So on the way back, we are fishing off the back of the catamaran, and we caught this fish. I think it's Dorado or something. I don't know. So anyway, we catch this fish, and they were like, "Do you want to take it with you?" And I was like, "For what?" And they were like, "I don't know." So we take it back to the hotel, right? We take it to the hotel, and I was like, "Hey, can you guys cook this fish?" I don't know. They're like, "How do you want us to cook it? Like, make sashimi out of it?" And I was like, "For sure, why not?" So the restaurant paid for $10. Ended up literally.
So we were trolling off the back of the catamaran, and we caught a big fish, and we brought it to the restaurant.
And now they are cooking us the fresh fish and making the fresh sashimi right there for us in the restaurant. And we're gonna share it with everybody. Everybody has to try something. Yes. So we're very excited about it. So this was the full fish they filleted for us. So we had fresh sashimi that we caught literally 2 hours before from the hotel, and then we took the leftovers and they made a curry, like a Penang curry out of it, and then a garlic pepper with vegetables. Unbelievable, right? So so it's one of those things where it's like, AI is going to replace a lot of things, but it's not going to replace that. It's not going to replace the connections, those moments and those things where you're like, remember that time we caught that fish off the back of the boat and then we had them, it's crazy. And to think this is the opportunity that we have to be able to invite people to. Now, I love the products we have and the marketplace of products we have, and I can't wait for you guys to see what's going to be happening with the entire marketplace of products coming in the world of Viago and the additions and the coming back, all that stuff. But right now, what I think the world needs is it needs the relationships to be stronger. And what we look at is community and culture. And where we do that is the time that we spend together. And conventions are incredible for us to elevate our consciousness, elevate our mentality, elevate, our thinking, our habits, and all of those things. But it's on these trips is where the relationships are forged in a whole different way, because there's not 1,000+ people at an event where I'm backstage and I'm running all the things. I actually get to spend time with you guys. And that's one of those things that I love, where we get to have those poolside conversations and we get to have those elephant side conversations, which is a weird thing to say, but I want you to come to Bali and get your phone stolen by a monkey. Like, that's what I want, for you. And I want to have those moments, and I want to capture it on video for content for us to be able to share the community that we're building. So get your booty to Vegas and don't come alone, but then book Bali. Now, if you can't book Bali, book Mexico in December. If you can't book Mexico in December, book March in Dubai with me and come to Dubai with me. So, just book it. Why? Because that's the logo. Let's go. It's not, let's think, let's contemplate, let's maybe do this. Let me talk to somebody. Let me evaluate. Let me do some research on a pre-launch company. That was funny, Dom. So it's let's go. So we've got teens of days left, but for those of you booking Bali, you've got 4 days or 5 days left to book Bali if the rooms don't sell out before then. So I will see you guys next Tuesday. Get onto the team site, get onto the team systems. Thank you, Juanita. Thank you, Dominic, for coming on and gracing us. And more importantly, what you're going to be pouring into us here in a few weeks on the main stage here at the launch of Viago. Let's go get it, guys. Jesse Mack signing out. Let's go.